Сказать человеку, что гоустриконы шутеры третьего лица, что немного не подходит. А кукурузис это... Ты первой половине игры пиздишь немного корейцев, а потом пиздишь инопланетян. И дальше инопланетян. Можешь Black Mesa поиграть? Ее многие хвалят. В целом. Носки.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
F1363. Вот.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Блять, Вайт.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going? I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please.
Просто потому что на тебя косплеила.
Do not let your assumptions color your detective work.
Just you wait. Nordic type show a particular.
На Сайрус идей тебе накидали, дальше надо выбрать и попердеть. Я думаю.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Terrellson? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Terrellson?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Terrellson, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Terrellson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide.
Operator, give me R&I.
Want to hear something?
Но я не шарю.
Some bumps think filling out a
Cole
missing
Phelps,
person
badge
report actually
1247.
rules him out as a suspect.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks.
Окей, ладно. Пошли инвестигировать.
Junk. Optimistic, Cole.
Опять какой-то бар.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Что-то это все смахивает на один и тот же паттерн.
I wonder why the picture was turned down. I don't think this is going to help us.
Чему?
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
О, ну эту сумочку мы откроем, значит.
So she went out without her handbag? She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. At least she was spared that particular indignity.
А что это
Was out in the
такое?
rain last night.
Блять, веревка, братан.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Ох, блять, братан. Кто же их всех подставляет? Главное, нахуя? Слишком чистые паттерны.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive. I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
8 размер. Скажите, что это 8 размер.
We can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
5.
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt you?
Ну, если Вайт еще не вырубился на столе.
Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
I think you're lying, Lars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
Веревка.
Your wife was strangled with triple braid rope. The bow line from your boat is a perfect match.
Look, I know this looks bad. I'm gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I let her go.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Не
You
верю.
let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
А,
Yeah, I think she was.
не верю.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Врешь.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
Тапки. Дождь не шел раньше.
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut.
Ну,
I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. I walked back and got the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Terrellson.
не 4 из
You'll need to
4.
go downtown to identify.
Четвертый раз за игру.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life. Sounds like the Terrellson broad had her last drink at Baron's Bar. We should check the place out.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Нет.
Kind of rings true.
Ну, поехали.
Officially opening the nationwide March of Dimes campaign in Washington, Mrs. Truman and her daughter Margaret take part in the ceremonies at the Capitol by dropping this President's dime.
Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
Ms. Truman later made an appeal for contributions.
И nice job. И даже не blow-job. Ага.
$1.5 million spent during the severe 1946 epidemic.
Mac, you're gonna kill us!
Nancy Drury with the big cop was once a polio victim, but now she's a pin-up girl for the current campaign, seeking to raise $25 million. Little Miss Drury
If we survive this, it's gonna be a miracle. You're not helping.
lead the car. At Radio City, thousands watch the ceremony, where they see 49 war...
Кол... Блять, на П. Сука. Фелпс, да. Помню, что его зовут Уголек.
Gents, drink.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
Ну, я так запоминаю, Сайрус.
What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home.
Ты знаешь, что я с именами плох. Хоть в ассоциации можно запомнить.
Everyone's a doll.
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable. Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
Пиздишь.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure, I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Any idea where she was headed?
Ричард наживка.
I didn't get that.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
And she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
Медь. Ну да.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. You can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Ну тут было просто. 2 правды, 1 дебил.
There he is, officer. Come on, you got a ride. Get in and drive.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Давай, попади ему в шину.
Cole, spit him out. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Let's end this part.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Выходи из машины.
Hands. Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Да.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Пиздишь.
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
Смотрите на его рожу, пиздит.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Yeah.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Ну просто, блядь, стрикуем, ребята. Ща будем вообще все дела решать с первого раза в скобочках, блядь. Зафейлюсь где-то на финале и вообще охуеете.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information related to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks, ma'am.
Ну, пошли сначала в Central Station.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APV regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
You see our taxi anywhere?
Ну, включаем, едем, блядь.
Yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
Where's that cab got to now?
Вижу. Остановите ваше транспортное средство.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It was a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It was at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks.
Что ты уже ищешь, Вейт? У меня нет Bright Memory.
Ruin my day.
Насколько я помню.
Also needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identify.
You're behind the wheel.
Вези меня, мразь.
All units also needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identify.
Бля, чуть длинная загрузка, мы что, через полкарты проезжаем там? Или мы сейчас за весними вылетим?
This is 11K. We'll handle the 415.
11K also needs help. 415 shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 11K code 3.
I don't need this.
Way to drive.
Why don't you come on out, Jimmy? I won't let them hurt you. Not my honey boy.
I told you not to call me that, woman. Now shut the hell up.
You shut the hell up.
Пострелять, ну, первый такой, типа колда, да. Второй это уже больше какой-то... Даже не знаю, с чем сравнить. Ну, второй, да, там только мемы хорошие.
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease.
Hey, you!
Oh.
Серьезно? Ну, он что-то какой-то, ну, не знаю, как по мне, слабенький. Просто. Ладно, я просто выстрелю тебе в голову, ты доволен?
We can take it if you want, or not. We're not the only cops in this town.
Why don't you come on out, Jimmy? I won't let them hurt you. Not my honey boy.
I told you not to call me that, woman. Now shut the hell up.
You shut the hell up.
That the lady of the house? It's a nice story. Two old lovebirds just moved in together. But they had a falling out, and he chased her across the yard with a 12 gauge. Now it's him or us.
Ладно, мы дали ему.
Get the bastard.
Officer down. Give yourself up. Now.
Wine, look at it.
You're a cop killer.
Ты убил мента. Давай.
Surrender now.
Honey boy, what have they done to you?
Darkness. Ну да, шутан. That's all. Я не знаю, как субдьюить злодеев. Если я стреляю им по рукам, они все равно умирают. Я пытаюсь их в мели, они у меня стреляют дробью в ебало. Что мне с ними надо делать, чтобы они просто опустили пушку? Я не понял. Или мне не объяснили. Но в целом я понимаю, что мне проще выстрелить им в голову. Все.
Just go easy, Phelps.
Time to buy the war for this. Tell me you're insured.
Обидно.
How's that just been paid look about him?
The guy from the papers solved that big case.
Mouthpiece store.
He's in interview too.
Case got thrown
Thanks.
out.
What do you make of him? Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Ну, в Голливуд я еще не катался. Ну, скорее всего, будет какое-то дело с этим связано. Но вот вся карта. Вот Холливуд сам. А Фигеро, она где должна быть? Хоть центр, вверх, низ. Я не шарю. Географии. Вот Фигеро. БТВ. Есть. Тут очень достаточно детальная карта, и типа город здоровый, как видишь. Правда, кишка такая вместо города. Ну, типа всякие вот эти вот штуки есть. Всякие вот эти вот отели, скверы. Так что вот, да. Присутствует.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Так, интервью Рома 2 нам нужно.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
Ты еще зов припти не прошел. И чистое небо. Кстати, зов припти может пройти. Он хотя бы имеет сайт-квесты нормальные.
You went to Barron's bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
И в жопе, я в Чехии.
Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. We got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An all-American, 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
It's not how I'd put it.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ball?
Адресет не верь, что хорошая
Nothing.
игра.
Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
Работай через жопу, вылетай через раз.
Clear this with the driver.
Блять, Вайт, у меня первый раз
CO said as much.
прошли, что я просто на все отвечал даут. 4 из 4.
Sure, detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured
Я просто на все
brand.
жал даут.
And looks like the Beau has a record too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Ну он типа подозрительный хуй.
Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
Бля, музыка пошла.
I think we bust in there and find the goddamn.
Ну, Колян, к сожалению, не советчик, потому что в современные вещи он вошел только месяц назад. До этого он был в 12 веке. Блять. Как на изи поднять генерал?
It's possible.
Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Carlson picked up?
7K, Roger.
Ну и, кстати, так себе шутан и так себе игра, но можно вспомнить Биокок. Но Infinite еще прикольный. Первые два мне не зашли.
Whoa there.
Ну, как видишь. Мне нравится, как Колян обновил комп и до сих пор играет просто в Евротрак симулятор. Ну, кстати, Сай, напиши, можешь написать Коляну, что он эти обсуждения за шутеры увидит в сентябре. И дальше не уточняй. Но есть нюанс, Вайт. С Пикопс говорили. Бля, а с кем тут говорить? А, вот.
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe
Просто есть нюанс, Вайт, что 2023
Where are
года.
you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
Ah, one of these days.
That price is outrageous. Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
I'll need to run the loop.
Goddamn Bruins are having a season from hell. We're not gonna drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
Heavens!
Бля, вы думаете, я карту запомнил? Или мне просто по красной полоске есть?
7-4. Let's go get him. This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
Ну все, сэр начал какую-то искать.
Nope, still no sign of him.
Did you doze off, Rusty? I think you slept through my solving the case.
Yeah, very funny. Just give me a nudge if you see him, all right?
How about you nudge me?
I think that's a job for your wife, Phelps.
Oh, Rusty.
А еще есть Сириус Сэмы и... Но у меня нет Сибири. Сибирь дорого. Когда будет продаваться за буханку хлеба, тогда возьму.
How long is this bus route?
It actually covers an area around the size of Central Division.
The probability is we'll find it about halfway around.
Bad luck says we'll be chasing it all night. Run, you fucking idiots!
Я под мигалками. Чё ты лезешь под колеса, дебил? Так, Лян, кстати, до сих пор еще 4-го Сэма не посмотрел. И Ферму ни одной серии. Сдон начал смотреть вампиров.
This is starting to grate a little.
You know, whatever happened to the joys of rigorous search? Dogged police work, you know?
They went out the window about 2 blocks ago.
Hey, this could be a Cole Phelps I'll grow to love.
Don't count on it.
О! Автобус!
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli. Out of the car! Police!
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers. He left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
Бля, я хочу эту тачку. О!
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
Да, все ведет к лагерю бомжей. Оп! Новый поворот.
Give me a break.
You nearly killed me.
Эх.
Watch it, will you? Calm down.
Thanks for your trouble.
Jesus, my paint job.
Блять, что-то далеко этот хобо-кэмп находится.
Hey, damn lunatic!
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic here, Phelps. You need to hold out till the cavalry arrives.
How do we do that?
Like this.
Buckshot can keep you down, Phelps.
If you want your rightful share, we need to
Disciples know what you did last night?
Get your filthy hands off me, you bum. You're doing them a favor, partner.
What do you think you're Joe
Пизжу.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Так мы тоже были на японском фронте. Так, всегда проверять мусорки.
Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
А тут только эта хуйня. О, братан.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
Ну, это изи уловка. Ну, выглядит будто бы все. Разве что. Ну, что ты указываешь? На газету? Да, блядь. Ну ладно.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder.
It's him, the cop from the newspapers.
That's disgusting. Didn't you ever hear burn?
Slow down.
Ну, едем, получается.
You can drive.
Не лень. Приехали.
I say we bust in
there going and this find way. The
guy.
Бля. Это очень мало вот этих вот стрит-краймсов появляется. Это бесит.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
Нет, я Moonlighter играю по будням. Я еще даже второй данж не прошел, а их 4.
Wrinkled was not one of the things I wanted to be when I grew up.
В смысле 5.
You're a real asshole, you know that?
She wants a 5.
Там 5 есть?
That's the cop from the newspapers.
Ну заебись, значит еще 5 есть.
Whoa! Easy!
Где мой дебил?
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my
Ackerman,
head.
you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Я тоже был там.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrelson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
The bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
No.
You're lying, Ackerman. There must be a reason. You could have killed her in the camp.
My reasons are my own. Can you disprove what I say? You do your worst. You're the willing tool of a despotic state designed to victimize the unfortunate.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
You were up on the hill. You were seen during the day. We have a witness. We have evidence. Come clean with me, Ackerman, and I'll see what I can do for you.
I despise your pity. You have nothing that links me to this woman.
Ее сумочка.
We have you cold, Ackerman. Her purse and the ballroom ticket were in your lean-to. Tell us why you did it.
I kill because people need killing. It's what I was trained to do.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
Еще один посаженный.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrellson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time to send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Звучит как пукчамп. А, сейчас 5-е будет. Знаете что? Я на этом, наверное, на сегодня закончу. И завтра с утра продолжу, нормально сяду.
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torched song. When I'm
Блять, нахуя мы сюда ходим? Окей.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Это самая старая женщина, которую я помню. Остальные были помоложе вроде бы. Но